yet another video, but this one, it's really for those of you who've been begging me and asking me, hey, Mr. 4K Upscaler, when? When are you going to connect your PlayStation 3 FAT? When are you going to connect it to your Sony X900e? Well, I'm going to do this right now, and I'm going to show you what type of picture settings I'm using. So let's go ahead and let's do this, shall we? Well, here we are. PlayStation 3. FAT version connected. I don't like calling it FAT. I just like calling it PlayStation 3 original. You know, it's probably one of the best looking PlayStation 3 consoles that they created. Honestly, PlayStation 3, I love this original PlayStation 3 glossy look. It's one of my favorite. So, what are the picture settings and what am I basically using for the game? For playing video games. Remember, I'm only going to do a picture settings on Sony X900e for games. I'm not doing picture settings for movies. I already did that with my previous two videos. This is for those of you who would like to play your PlayStation 3 games upscaled to 4K via Sony X900e and ultra high-speed cable that I'm using, 2.1 Belkin cable that's connected via my PlayStation 3. Yes, it works. There it is. It's connected. It works. Now, one of my favorite games I'm going to start with is going to be a Gran Turismo 6 Anniversary Edition. So without any further ado, let's boot up the game and let's do picture settings for PlayStation 3 upscale to 4K via Sony X900e custom settings. By the way, this will be recorded in a 4K Sony camcorder camera. So here we are. First, I'm going to show you a little bit of a gameplay here. So you guys can see it. And then I'm going to show you how the game looks. Now, please do keep in mind, this is still upscaled to 4K. Okay? This is a 1080p being upscaled to 4K. Now, graphically, you will still see some jagged-edged lines, okay? Because, you know, this was the best that PlayStation 3 could do at the time with the hardware. But it will look a little bit better than your 1080p, okay? And I would recommend that you watch this 8 feet away or 7 feet away before you actually connect your PlayStation 3 and play this game on your Sony X900e. Let's choose a different options here. Let's try it like this. Like I said, it looks good for a game that's old. For a PlayStation 3 game that's running in 1080p, upscaled to 4K. Graphically, like I said, don't expect much graphically because this is the best that PlayStation 3 can do graphically for this game. But you are going to notice a little bit of enhancement, detail due to the fact that you now are running this on the upscaled 4K. So let's switch right here again. Alright, so now let's get back into picture settings. Alright, let's talk about this. Now, it's really important that you guys understand that we cannot use the yellow color, we cannot use the expert one because we're going to be switching now to a game mode, okay? So things will be different here. So as you guessed it, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the game mode. This is why you have to have different presets, guys. You have to have different presets for different types of content. And we're gonna be using a game mode here, obviously. So we'll select the game mode. Brightness is going to be set to all the way high, because I like to have my deep dark levels a little bit better and visible here. So we'll keep it to the maximum. The color, we'll return it to 53. We'll leave the color at 53. I don't want to oversaturate too much. This you can turn off if you like light sensor ambient thing. If you want to, you can turn that off. Contrast, here's the deal. I like to keep my contrast here at 83 because we're not using an HDR. There's no HDR here, so there's no reason for me to overblown my white bright digital levels. So we'll keep the contrast at 83. Gamma, leave that 0. Black levels, we'll keep it at 50. We don't want to crush our deep digital black levels. Keep it at 50. Everything else here, we'll keep it at high, because we're trying to use the enhancers of X1 processing chip, especially for an old game like this from PlayStation 3. Sharpness, it's at 43, but I think we can leave the sharpness even further down. We can leave the sharpness to, let me see, actually 43 is good. Leave the sharpness at 43 because this is a 1080p upscale to 4K, so leave the sharpness at 43. Reality creation, leave it at automatic. That's fine, because it will automatically adjust the noise reduction. Motion flow, for the love of God, guys, turn this off. Just turn it off. Just turn it off. Only on sports you need this. You don't need this on video games. HDR mode, leave that on automatic. That's fine. It will automatically detect if your content it's HDR or not. That's why you keep it always on automatic. So you don't have to constantly worry about, should I turn the HDR on? Should I turn it off? Leave it always on automatic. Same thing goes for your HDMI video range. Let the HDMI communicate with your PlayStation 3 and your television, so leave the HDMI video range at automatic. Color space, also leave it on automatic. Let the HDMI communicate with your device and your television so they can decide which is the best color output out there, okay? So let an HDMI cable communicate and decide which one's the best. And that's pretty much it. Game mode, turn the game mode on. Leave the brightness at maximum. Leave the color at 53. Brightness maximum. Contrast at 83. Black level at 50. All of these other enhancements, keep it at high. These are your X1 processing enhancements. Leave them on at high. Black level 50, contrast at 83. Why 83? Because you don't want to crush your white bright levels. Because we don't have HDR here. There's no reason for me to crank up the contrast to maximum. Color at 53, that's fine for a game. Color temperature at neutral. I feel leaving the color temperature at tone of color temperature at neutral, it's best for gaming. Because it's not too yellow, it's not too blue, it's just in the middle. And the live color at high, this way your colors become more vibrant. So that's what I have for you guys for Gran Turismo 6, Sony PlayStation 3. I know there's been a request for me to do a Guns of the Patriots. I'm working on that. I'm still waiting for my copy of Legacy Edition. Till I get the copy, I'm going to do that video. Well, there you have it, guys. This video was recorded in 4K. Thank you for watching.